Hello, welcome to my installation tutorial. Today we will be installing my latest work, Zombies External Universal Settings Mod Center for Operations and Resource Execution, version ZPS 3 v01. Copyright 2021 Kevin Wood. You may at times refer to this program by the acronym ZEUS Mod Core. ZEUS Mod Core is free and without warranty. Please read the license file for more information. This tutorial will assume a few things. First of all, you're on either HFW-HEN or CFW. If you don't know how to install CFW or HFW, I would suggest learning how at Mr. Mario 2011's channel. I will assume you own a FAT32 formatted USB stick or a FAT32 formatted memory card with a USB adapter, know how to install a PKG file, and finally I will assume you know if your PS3 is on KEX or DEX. Please pause and read the bottom paragraph if you need any help with the last two options. By definition, a mod is at least partly a modification of some in-game files, copyrighted files. I can't legally distribute those files, therefore the initial launcher for my program, the mod launcher, would have to be constructed by you. The purpose of this tutorial is to show you how. However, possession of such files is copyright infringement. In general, this is true with most any mod. Just because I show you how it's done does not mean I am recommending you do so, and you do so at your own risk. I am not responsible for any damages or legal drama that may occur. If you're setting this mod up on a system as a service to someone else, know that doing so for profit infringes my copyright as well. Please read the license file for more information. That said, let's begin. First, open the ZEUS Mod Core archive and browse the main folder. Highlight everything, drag and drop into your USB. After your files extract, open the ZEUS folder, open the Zombies External Universal Settings archive, and browse the main folder. Highlight everything, and drag and drop into your ZEUS folder. Now that our USB is configured, we'll need to gather certain files off the hard drive. There are various ways to do this. The two most common include FTP with programs such as FileZilla, or you can use a program on the PS3 such as Multiman or Irisman to browse the hard drive. That is what we will be doing today, as Multiman works on both HEN and CFW. Once you open up Multiman, enter the File Manager. Enter PS3 root. Open your USB. It should be called dev USB 000 or dev USB 001. Now browse your hard drive, dev HDD0. Enter game, all lowercase. Now you need to find the ID for your game. The folder will be named after it. The US ones are usually named BLUS 30591, 30591. Here we are. If you're having any trouble finding it, check all the icon 0 files for the matching image. Now enter userdir, press circle on EBOOT.BIN and choose copy, and paste into the USB. Enter the English folder, copy patch.ff, and paste to the USB. There you go. Now just close both windows, because sometimes Multiman doesn't like it if you leave it open. And just leave this window open for now. Now that we've got our EBOOT and patch files, we're going to need to do two things. We're going to need to edit our patch file and turn it into a launcher for the mod. And we're going to need to RSA patch the EBOOT file so that the EBOOT can run modified patch files. It's a bit obscure after all this time, but you can still find plenty of information about an RSA patch online. Never do an eBoot edit if you don't know what it is. Never use a third-party tool to edit your eBoot file if you don't know exactly what it's doing. It's best to just do things manually with a hex editor. So let's start with the eBoot file. Give it a copy and paste it into your true ancestor resigner folder. Run the resigner and press 1 to decrypt your eBoot. Now you should have a file in the true ancestor self-resigner directory called EBOOT.elf. Now you need to edit this file with hxd. Go to search, replace. Make sure you have the hex values tab open and replace this with this. Click replace all. There will be a link to this hex code in the description. It should say replaced one occurrence. Now click file and save. Back to the folder. Now our elf file is complete, but we need to make room for our new eBoot. Delete this eBoot. Open true ancestor self-resigner again. And now here's where you need to know if you're on kex or dex. If you're on kex, press 2 to resign to non-DRM eBoot. If you're on dex, press 11 to resign to non-DRM eBoot. I'm on dex, so I'll choose 11. And there we go, our eBoot is now complete. But before we copy it, go back to your USB. Create a folder called backup. Move your patch and eBoot in there. It's good to have a unmodified backup. Now we'll move our eBoot into our USB. Now that our eBoot is finished, we'll need to make a patch. Open your fast file viewer, go to open, browse to your patch file. Now enter default.cfg and follow my instructions exactly. Remove lines 1 to 4. The bind button start line should now be line 1. Now click on the very beginning of line 3 and press backspace and then press enter. This part is very important. Now click the bottom line and highlight all the text from default.txt. Copy and paste. Now click reset bindings sp.cfg and click yes to inject your changes. It should say injected successfully. Now in reset bindings.cfg, select everything and delete it. And highlight the text included in reset bindings sp.txt. Copy, paste. Now click any of these other options, click yes, click OK. Now that our patch file is completed, we need to save it. Go to File, Save. Save it to the root of your USB. Call it patch.ff. It should say save fast files successfully. Here we are. If you did everything right, your patch file should be exactly 85,550 bytes. Now go back to Multiman File Manager and plug in your USB. USB window. Open a hard drive window. Go to game. Find the folder named after your game ID. Enter user and we copy back our new eBoot. Now enter the English folder or French or whatever language it is you use. Copy, paste. And there you go. Now you just close these windows, because like when you close multi-man, it just doesn't like it if you have windows open sometimes. And then restart your system. If you're on HFW, I suppose you might need to run hen to get this launcher to run. Other than that, everything should be pretty smooth. So, now let's test this. If you're on HFW, enable hen. If you're on CFW, you're good to go. This works online and offline. Here, I'll prove it. Network settings, internet connection, enable. Now, Call of Duty Black Ops. And there we go, worked like a charm. I should note your USB does need to be in the USB slot on the far right side, or this won't load. Probably should have said that earlier, but it is what it is. If your USB isn't plugged in, the game should run totally normally. It's one of the nice things about my mod. I wanted it to be easy to disable. Start square L3. Here we are, classic Kino. Yeah. Everything seems to be working fine. Well, pretty sweet. Alright, that is the installation tutorial for ZEUS Mod Core. I hope you enjoy my mod, and have a wonderful day.